Hi, I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Hi, this is LORRE, and welcome to another episode of The Relationship Show, where we talk about everything and anything as it relates to relationships. And it doesn't have to be between a man and a woman or a husband and a wife. It can be anything related to you that you feel is important to talk about. It could be your neighbor getting on your nerves. It could be at the restaurant. You didn't like the way the waitress was handling your giving you the service. It could be your employer and you don't really particularly like how things are going on the job, or you're looking for opportunities and you don't know how to go about it. We are here to give you those answers to the questions that you may have. And all you have to do is send your questions to therelationshipshow@yahoo.com. And like I said, we'll do whatever we can to get them answered. With me today is my lovely, lovely guest, Arjo Wench of All Politics is Local. She's wonderful. She's knowledgeable. I was going to say she's been around the block. I meant to say from an edgy, from now.
You get back to that old thing. Been around the block.
Arjo.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
It's so good to have you on the show.
Nice to be back.
It's such a joy. You have so much wisdom and so much knowledge to share, from an old school perspective.
Yeah, I've been around a time or two.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing because,
oh, no.
It's always good to get a different perspective from someone who has been experiencing life a lot longer than others. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's really good to have you on the show. So
good.
Again, we're part 2 on our show, and we're really going to be addressing common questions that are provided by a very popular magazine. Normally we have you, the viewers, sending in your questions, but today we're going to do a little different. We're going to actually hit those questions that everybody really wants to know, and has questions that really need to be answered, and they're really simple questions. They're one-liners. Okay. All right, so first one. I attract guys who turn out to be bad men. Why can't I find a good one? Well, first of all, I think it's all about what you attract and what you're accepting. We were talking a little bit earlier before we started the show about, if people allow someone to walk and talk and treat you a certain way, then that's how you're going to end up attracting those kinds of people. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's like the person said that the definition of insanity, is keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result.
Right.
So she keeps looking at, or he, keep looking at the same type person, thinking that person will be different this time.
Right, and it's not going to happen. No. So you really have to decide what you want. Maybe what I would recommend is that you just write down the key things that are important to you in a relationship that you want in a male, and remind yourself. So when you meet different people, go back to that paper and say, okay, is he sensitive? Is he caring? Is he a great communicator? I mean, these are the things you have to start conditioning yourself to see that's important in that. And
person. Whatever the other person was, make sure that person is not.
Right.
Yeah. If you don't want to get the same result.
Absolutely. Very well said. Okay, here's our next one. How long should we date before living together?
I have no idea. That is
from
so
an old
individual.
School perspective.
Yeah, but that is so much up to the individual. People like, oh man, we in love, first sight, we moving in next week.
I know. People do that.
Yeah, they do it. So I don't know. That's such an individual decision.
I know, because personally, my answer would be I wouldn't move in and live with somebody. It would either be all or nothing. Either we're together, which means that we want to be together for a long time, forever. Then let's make this official. Let's not do this. Get the cow and don't have to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're going to test it out before you get it. I don't know.
You drink the milk and all that stuff, and you don't even have to. And
even that doesn't always work. Yeah, and even that doesn't always work, because I was with one of my ex-husbands for like 10 years, and then we got married and it lasted a year. So even that doesn't always work.
Because the ink dried? You know how they say the ink dried once you sign that marriage license thing?
I don't know a whole lot of things, girl. You don't even have time to go there on the show. You don't even have time to go there. You can read about it.
Oh, why? You going to write a book?
Yes,
oh, that'll be funny. Too much. Okay, so honestly, personally, don't do it. I just don't think there's no advantage. It's more convenience. Oh, we're living together, so that means my boo and I wake up every morning. We have sex every morning. That's the only thing I see as an advantage.
Well, no, finances, and not only that. See, but I don't.
That's just convenience.
Okay, convenience, but people think that they get to know a person and then they get married. But I'm telling you, once you sign that piece of paper, every single time they change.
That person is different.
Every time.
It's almost like, it's like shackles on my feet. It's like, that's it.
But you about to break out in the song?
I was trying to get to that point. It's a different mindset where, the dating, the play, nice in the sandbox, living together, all of those things are nice, but mentally you and him both realize this is not permanent, because you could at any point be like deuces and out the door, and there's no legalities tied to it. But when you get married,
now it's commitment.
It's a different level of, it's a committed level. Whether you want to admit it or not, we love each other, we don't need a piece of paper and stuff. No, there's something about the marriage license, the actual act of coming together before God to say, I'm committed to you.
Yeah, psychologically, I think that those relationships do work on people's head. Like we're there because we want to be. Now we get married, we're here because we have to be. So,
you got to find the right person. But you got to find the right person, because if you find the right person, whether you're living together, whether you're married, whatever, you know in your heart that this is the right person for me.
When I turn 70, hopefully that person's going to show up.
It will. He will, rather. He will be the man. She's going to get married before that.
70.
You got what, 10 years?
I got 10 years.
She'll be married before that. As long as I have breath. And we're talking together, she will be married to her boo.
LORRE is
on a mission. I'm going to hook her up with her hubby, her boo. Uh-oh. You are going to be looking at me and say, LORRE, remember when we did the relationship show? Well, Billy and I are happy and
tied to that, right?
I am so happy.
At 70.
Oh, Lord. All right. How long? Okay. Is it true that once a cheater, always a cheater?
I don't know. I don't know, but people think that could always be true. But
what? Because there's no reason. I don't care what the situation is. If the person feels they need to step out of that relationship and they can justify it, they're going to justify everything else that they do.
Yeah. It's hard to trust after that happens. So.
Okay, let's keep it moving. Is snooping ever okay? Looking through his stuff over the phone, and you're looking, you're like, oh, what's this? Hi, who's it?
Well, listen, if you go looking for trouble, you're surely going to find it.
Okay.
So
Pandora's box.
Yeah, so that's up to you. So if you want to snoop and you find something, then don't be crying about it later, because nobody told you to go there. You actually asking for trouble. You either trust the person that you're with or you don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't go looking for trouble like, hello.
How you going? Don't call me.
Don't call me.
Why, Christopher? I can't talk right now.
See,
that's
you gotta
crazy.
Trust her, you don't.
That's a mess.
We always go back to that.
We do, because it's a classic. He laid up in bed with his wife, and you call him at 2 in the morning and say, I miss you, boo. He's like, don't call me now. Call you tomorrow. That's a mess. We've been dating for a while, but I still haven't met his friends. Why not? Because he's not taking you seriously enough.
Yeah, or he's hiding. Wait, that's kind of weird though. So is he hiding you? He doesn't want anybody to know he's dating you.
He's a player.
He's a player. Yeah, it's
he's
like why? Yeah,
enough.
why? Yeah, why? LORRE got me crying. Yeah.
No, but it's true.
But why? Yeah. So why don't you take the person out on a date? Why don't you take them amongst your friends? It's the holidays. Why don't you say, well, let's me and my my date, my friend, whatever, go, to the family's house for dinner. What?
You're funny.
Well, no,
I agree. There's more. There's something going on there. It's not just he hasn't gotten around to it. There's a reason. You need to talk to him about that. Okay. What is the best time? What is the best way to get over an ex?
To get over an ex?
Like an ex-husband.
Shouldn't you have got over him when you left?
Not necessarily. What if he broke up with you?
Oh, what's the best way to get over him?
What if you do love him? You just don't trust him.
Until y'all broke up. I don't know. Just move on with life.
Oh,
Just get busy. Get busy. Just get busy.
Busy sometimes doesn't help either.
It doesn't help?
No. Sometimes you really got to just let it out. You got to mourn over the relationship.
Oh. Do you bury it?
Eventually you get over it, And then I don't believe in, hooking up with somebody else to compensate.
No, they call that rebound, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, rebound doesn't work.
Okay. His friends' girlfriends are clicky. How do I break into their inner circle?
Why do you want to?
Thank you. That's a dumb question.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to finish that one. Who cares? I like my guy friend. How do I make a move without freaking him out?
Oh, so she has a friend that she likes.
And she wants to hook up with him.
No, don't. Because you're going to kill the friendship.
Or maybe they end up being lovers and being husband and wife and live happily ever after.
More than not, you end up losing a good friend. Because before, when things were happening and that was your good friend, you could go to your friend and talk about anything. But now with things happening with him and you,
yeah, that's true.
now where you going to go? You lost a friend.
Right, I agree. So stay out of it.
Yeah,
don't
date your guy friends.
Okay. Do guys kiss and tell?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Do they, Stan?
Yeah,
is that true?
I can't speak for other people.
Okay, you can't speak for other people, but in your opinion,
I don't think it's appropriate.
It's not anybody's business.
He doesn't think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
It's rude.
It's childish too.
And it's childish.
It's very childish.
A guy who kiss and tell, then you need to tell him to kiss off.
Ooh. Yeah.
No, really, because he's like in the high school or something. I was with her. Oh, I'm gonna try to get her too.
But that's different. We're talking about adults, like we're in our 30s and stuff. We're talking about adults. If a guy is with his boys and he's talking about when I think kiss and tell, I don't think
that guys share that kind of information. I don't think grown-ups. Yeah, I don't think grown-ups share that kind of information.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So no,
women more talk about that
younger.
stuff
when you're like teenagers and young teens and early 20s. They do that because it's more like bravado.
Yeah, macho, making me a man.
I hooked up with this one, that kind of thing.
Right.
But when you're more mature and you appreciate the relationship, you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I cheated, but I want to stay together. Do I confess?
Heck no. Why would you?
Oh my! You said it with such conviction.
Heck no. But listen.
Disagree.
If you did it. And you got away with it. Why would you bring that hurt to the person that you're with?
Because the same thing you said in the Bible, when you start to pull things into anything done in darkness always comes to light. So even if you think you got away with it, at some point through conversation, through something, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. I promise you.
Wait on it.
You still say wait?
Wait on it. If it show up, address it. If it don't, let it go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because why would you bring that hurt to the other person? If they don't know about it, now you're going to tell them something. Now they're going to be really, really hurt, and then they're not going to trust you now. So you kind of like messed up the relationship that you had because this person never even knew that it happened. But you're going to go tell them.
But isn't there something to say about being honest?
Well, there's honesty and then there's stupidity.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. you got to think about protecting the other person's feelings. Why would you tell them that? They're just going to be hurt.
Well, and in some ways you're not protecting their feelings because you're more concerned about losing the relationship because you did something stupid. You need to own up to the fact that you did something wrong, and if that person genuinely loves you, and the reason why you cheated could have been a legitimate reason.
Ain't no good reason for cheating. Mm-hmm. There's no good reason for cheating.
Okay, but they should still tell.
No. Keep it to yourself.
Oh my goodness! Even the executive producer.
If it shows up, if it shows up, somebody else brings it up, then say, you know what? I was gonna go there with you, but I didn't want to hurt your feelings. It was stupid. I did it, and it's never happened again.
Wow!
Don't lie about it when confronted.
Yeah, if it shows up.
Okay, the executive producer says don't lie about it when you're confronted. When you're confronted,
right? But don't self-commit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister, she was in a relationship with a guy. It's so funny. I'm talking about my sister. She was in a relationship with a guy, sweetheart, college, loves him, blah, 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 blah. And she told him at one time when they had split up, legitimately needed time apart, she hooked up with someone else. And when he asked her, she said yes. It changed the whole relationship.
Exactly. So
even though they stay together, it's still in his mind, it was never the same.
Well, exactly. So,
but they broke up. They split up.
So what did she tell him for? Because he asked?
He asked him, were you with anybody while we were apart? And she said
yes. His question was, were you? That's the response.
And if he said no, then you would have been
no too.
I'm gonna find her man for her. We
You
got
gonna find
32
me a
seconds.
man? Oh Lord.
Your husband, look out, Mr. Wench. Look out. Get all the information by watching the relationship show episodes. Go back to every single one and figure out her thought process so you know how to prepare yourself for your future wife.
But he not gonna be Mr. Winch. I'm gonna be Miss whatever.
No, but he's gonna be subservient to you.
Oh. But he's still gonna be. He gonna be the husband.
Yeah, you gonna let him still be the man.
Okay.
So
Okay.
All right, we're out of time. Boy, this goes by too fast. Thank you for tuning into the relationship show. And remember, the most important relationship starts with loving yourself first. We will see you next time.
But it seems like when I talk to you, the words get in the way. I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to say. But it seems like when I talk to you,